What's good with y'all? This is Pusha Rod here, introducing myself. Shout out to my homie Andrew. I'm here at Homie Foamy.
Take two. Hold on.
I didn't say it right?
Hold on. There's many ways to say it. That's how Pusha Rod said it. So Rod, bro, like I've known you. The first time I met you was at a party in Carson that my brother was doing. You was on the table. You ripped $100 bill. It might have been a 50. It was a 50.
It was a 50.
It was a $50 bill. I was like, Twan, who's this? He said, that's Pusha Rod. So,
so I started throwing parties with Twan and WizKid in high school. I was throwing parties on the east side, backyard boogies, and Wiz is my older cousin. He told me stop throwing the backyard boogies and come get some real money. And so he introduced me to Twan, he introduced me to Casey, and that's how I got involved in the actual LA party crew.
wait, DJ WizKid is your real cousin?
His baby mama Weisha is my
Weisha?
Yeah, that's my older cousin by
so
blood.
He your cousin.
So he's my cousin. I've been knowing Ryan since I was like 11, 12.
Damn, it's crazy. So how did you get involved with like pushes and everything like that?
I got involved with pushes by honestly just moving around LA, throwing parties, doing my own thing. Like pushes started before I was a part. Pushes started like the summer 2008. I became a member of Pushes like early 2009. But I was throwing parties with Twan and with Wiz, doing my own things. I had a barbershop on 54th and Crenshaw. And I was just hustling, and they were throwing parties, I was throwing parties, but we were splitting the crowd. So it was like, how can we throw the biggest parties and act everybody win, everybody make money versus three people throwing parties on the same night? So we came together and did a massive ass party, and it was us, Pushers, and CCs. And that's when everything in LA really started to merging together into being like one. And then from there, YG and Ace always loved my hustle, so they brought me aboard, and then the rest is history.
All right, man. So like, when did you realize that you was like into the clothing thing?
It's funny, bro. Like, I've always been into fashion, into clothing. Like, I'm from the east side, so it's like, if you know east side LA, niggas don't got fashion like that. Like, and I always used to stand out. Like, I was gangbanging and stuff too, but I used to get into fights just because the way I dressed, or somebody say like my pants is too tight and I knock them out because like these skinny jeans don't mean nothing. But yeah, so like I really started fucking with fashion. Like I say when I was probably like, when I can afford it and start doing it was probably like 8th grade, 9th grade. I started like robbing houses and shit to get some money when I was like in 8th grade, because I'm from the east side. My family didn't have anything, and I was tired of having one pair of shoes for a whole school year, and I said that was going to change.
So like, everybody that knows you, I've known you for a while, knows that you're like one of the more instrumental people behind Pushes. But I noticed like recently in the past, like maybe like 5 years, you kind of gave up that whole like rough, like not saying you're not tough still, but kind of gave that up, and you more towards the intellectual side and on the high fashion side. Like, what made you like kind of switch that up from like?
I mean, honestly, bro, it came from hanging out with Ian and Rocky. Like, because I always fucked with dressing, and then probably around like 5-6 years ago, that's when like I got into the vintage shit. But like they was already in it, so like literally they was like just telling me little shit like, bro, you get mad, bro, find somewhere to thrift. Bro, you by the time you finish thrifting, you've done so much, you won't be mad, and you'll come out with some pieces. And it was like my first time going thrifting. We was at the spot for like 3.5 hours. I probably found like 2 crazy ass shirts and a jacket, but it was like I was literally going through piles of shit, and it was just like everything I was mad about, everything in my head, everything I was thinking about, it literally didn't matter in that moment.
So I noticed like even like yourself, YG, I noticed like a lot of y'all over there, Mustard, even like Mustard been on this fly shit for a while, but I noticed you and YG took y'all style to like another level. Was that influenced by Rocky and them, or was that just something that y'all was working on?
It just I would say somewhat, but at the same time, like they helped me really understand, like, bro, like whatever you want to do, own it.
Yeah.
Like Rocky and Ian, they don't care about what anybody say. If they like something, they'll buy it. Whether it's $2, whether it's $1,000, whether it's $50,000. Like I literally have seen and been with Ian buy a fucking shirt for $1, and then we go to fucking Rick Owens and he goes spends $15,000. Like literally, like it's a thrift store that's right next to Rick Owens.
Yeah.
He would go there and buy $1 t-shirts and then go to Rick Owens and buy $2,000-$3,000 pants to put it with each other. And it's like, damn, that was dope. That was really showing me a different side of fashion.
Yeah, so I also noticed, bro, as somebody that has known you a lot more confident in your style, and you also own your own style. Like, what gives you that confidence, and like, where do you find inspiration from?
I find a lot of my inspiration, honestly, from watching old gangster movies. Like, I love the 70s. Movies that were made in the 70s. I feel like that's my era. Like, I probably should have been born in the 70s because, like, I like the shape of everything. I like how the pants fit. I like how their shoes fit. I like how the bags are. I like everything about that era of clothes. Like, and it was the beginning of like risky clothes, like with flared pants and bell bottoms and shit. Like that's when people really start taking more risk. I feel like
it was more free.
Exactly.
Yeah. So this is my last one for you, bro. You know me as long as I know you. Like, what have you seen the growth in our brand since it started, and what makes you want to work with us?
Honestly, bro, like I seen you from the beginning, bro. I remember you was making the fucking knockoff Chanel shirts, bro. Like.
It wasn't a knockoff Chanel shirt. It was a shirt using the Chanel logo. Because Chanel didn't make that shirt.
The Chanel inspired shirts. But it was like, when I first saw you do that, it was different.
Yeah.
Like, and it was like, I respected it back then because it was like, you weren't trying to do exactly what everybody else doing. Everything I see you doing now, like you could constantly try to elevate your brand, and it's the same way with me and myself. Like every day I figure out how to elevate myself, the brand of Pusha Rod, not just be the same person people knew 5-10 years ago, because I've grown and I have a different intellect now. So it's like, as I'm developing as a person, I see you developing and see your brand develop. It's just like these pants I got on right now, bro. It's like, look at this fucking cut. Look at this fucking cut.
Yeah.
Like, it's like,
them aren't the ones that I did. Those were inspired by like Jim, like the younger people that work here.
Yeah, bro. It's still letting people inspire you and not just, this is your brand, but you not just the dictator.
All right, I got one bonus question for you.
Yes.
So 10 years ago, we was running the streets, we was doing our shit, we all evolved, right?
Mm-hmm.
What do you got now? I'm working with people like young people like them that remind me of us. So what advice do you got for the younger generation that wants to possibly be where we're at one day?
Believe in yourself. Like, and I know that sounds hella cliche, but like, where I started off, I ain't have nothing. I ain't come from nothing. Nobody taught me how to be an executive. Nobody told me, gave me a job in the building. Like, I fought for everything I have, and I'm here successful today in the same way you are, the same way YG is, the same way your brother is, the same way, like, it's certain people who we've seen over the past 10-15 years who's actually pushed their self to that limit, and that's why you see they're reaping the benefits now.
There you have it.
Hell yeah, that Pusha Rod, you already know I'm here with my motherfucking brother, and
thank you,
I'm
Rod.
not just here wearing it, I am a fan.
Man, we appreciate that. We'll see you later. Hey, we'll see you in 10 years. I got to go.